Hi again. In this blog, I'd like to talk about caregivers. And we all know that as being a caregiver, especially for someone that has memory problems, this can be a challenge. And of course, we know classically we want to support our loved ones, but very often caregivers are the ones that are least supported. So I want to address that in this blog as well. Now, first of all, as we've discussed in prior blogs, how do we deal with the news? Having a diagnosis of Alzheimer's can be quite devastating. So caregivers, in terms of their own support and strategy, are important to be acknowledged. Maria Shriver, of course, has done some great work in talking about support groups to even deal with the inevitability of this news. Talk about supporting people, and we've also talked in prior blogs about how we can actually interject hope, say that there's actually hope for this condition. But for someone initially that's actually helping someone like their mother or father deal with this transition, or perhaps brother or sister as well, how are they supported? And of course, there's some interesting statistics about caregivers. It's estimated that in terms of uncompensated time that caregivers contribute, there's actually billions of dollars of uncompensated time that caregivers are contributing to the care of their loved ones. And that's reflected, in a sense, indirectly in the national economy. It's like lost income. And another estimate from the American Alzheimer's Association is that there's an average, at the very least, of about $37,000 a year of family income that caregivers contribute, or lost income, in their particular situation of actually helping support loved ones. So as part of this, we want to make sure that caregivers have their own self-care and their psychology and their physiology as are supported as well. So one of the things is caregivers are supporting, with the addition of an alternative like CranioSacral therapy and other alternatives, that this extended family is supported itself, and that caregivers themselves have the advantage of perhaps getting craniosacral therapy, because they're probably thinking at some point, I've heard this with many, many people, if mom and dad had Alzheimer's, they're thinking in the back of their mind, well, maybe I could get it too. Marianne Williamson told me the other day, a fairly famous person in the area of, her course is on A Course in Miracle. She said, well, yeah, we're thinking about, could this happen to us as well? And as Jack Canfield told me a few years ago when he interviewed me, he actually lost both his mother and father to Alzheimer's. And he said, I wish I would have known what you were doing. So it's that kind of thing. Now knowing that there's an opportunity for something of an improvement, how can we support each other as caregivers ourselves and have less stress? So one of our thought processes in these is that we have created Alzheimer's support groups and longevity support groups so that in your local areas there are trained craniosacral therapists trained in this area of longevity and improvement. And we want to make possible longevity support groups so that caregivers can go to longevity support groups, learn the techniques, work on each other, have the advantage, if they'd like to, of also have a trained craniosacral therapist work on them as well, to maintain their well-being, because we want all of you as caregivers to be able to reduce your stress level in addition. And again, if you're interested in a longevity support group and support as a caregiver, again, email us at info@bodyenergy.net so we can put you in touch with people locally that have these longevity support groups, so you can get in touch with a trained craniosacral professional to help support you in this, and also find out more information about how you can support yourself as well as your loved ones. So I wanted to share that thought with you. Thank you. Have a great day as you listen to this, and we'll be speaking with you again soon. Thanks.